Let's go. The Houston Astros are going to the ALCS for the 5th straight season. Congratulations to the Astros. What an incredible year. This is insane. When you think about it, the American League Championship Series for 5 straight years. How many times has that happened? This is the 3rd in history. The Braves in the 90s, the A's in the 70s, and the Houston Astros. From 2017 to 2021, congratulations to them. We're here for the live reaction show. We got cameras, we got exclusive locker room content, celebration content that nobody else is going to see. It's all going down right here in the Astros locker room, down on the field. What a season. What a game. I said it yesterday when those comments come out post-game, you're just adding fuel to the fire. I said, I think this game could be a blowout. And the Astros bats come out and dominate. 10 runs, 10-1 victory over the White Sox. Look, this White Sox team is going to be really, really good for a long time to come. But this Houston Astros team just proved to be better. The offense is dynamite. Lance McCullers on the mound is a certified ace at this point. Let's go. 5 straight seasons. Truly incredible. They'll be taking on the Boston Red Sox, who we watched right here last night in the ALDS take down the Rays, the #1 seed gone. So the Red Sox, a wild card team, moving on, and they get to face the Houston Astros, the #2 seed. So this series will start in Houston. Now it transitions to 7 games. 2 in Houston, 3 in Boston, 2 back in Houston. Red Sox, Astros. This is going to be incredible. Altuve, what a game, by the way. He gets hit early in the game. The White Sox crowd goes nuts because he gets hit. He ends up coming around to score. He hits a massive bomb in the last inning to make it 10-1. Just domination in this series, honestly, from start to finish. You had the first 2 games in Houston where they just lay it down. 2-0 victory, or 2-0 series lead heading to Chicago. The atmosphere in the first game in Chicago was incredible, by the way. One of the best postseason atmospheres you could see on TV. But then this game right here, the Astros take them out of it quickly. The crowd was out of this game early on. And as soon as that happened, this game was over. The Astros were the better team. The Astros were the better team. They're moving on. Look, a lot of people had the White Sox winning this series, moving on. I had them winning the World Series, which obviously is wrong, but I like them, and I like them moving forward. I like the White Sox. I really do. This young core is going to be really, really good. But you know what beats a young core of studs? Is a core of guys that have been there more than anybody else. This Astros core of Altuve, Bregman, Correa, Gurriel. Nobody in the history of this game has played in more postseason games together than those 4 teammates. Nobody in history. It's tough to beat that. Postseason experience is so important. And these guys have that. It's that chemistry you have on the field. It's being in a hostile environment and not letting it get to you. The White Sox went into Houston and they didn't play great. The pitchers didn't throw well. That's what this team is known for. The Astros go on the road, and they've been there a million times over the last 5 years. Like I said, the 3rd team in history to go to 5 straight championship series. The Yankees have never done it. It's just the A's and the Braves. The Braves of the 90s that I grew up watching, that I loved watching. They did it 8 straight times. And then the A's in the 70s. And those are the only 2 times it's ever been done until today, until this. Right here, as we watch the Astros take a team picture out on the field. So right here, in just a few minutes, we're going to head down. We're going to take you inside the locker room for the celebrations on the field, in the locker room. Can't see it anywhere. We got cameras live in the locker room ready to go for the celebration. It's my favorite thing that we get to watch is locker room celebrations. I love it. I live for it. Look at this. This is incredible. This is awesome. Division round champs against the White Sox. Team photo done. You know what that means now. Now it's party time. Now they go in. We're about to take you down there with us. into the locker room. Correa and Dusty Baker hugging out on the field. Correa stepped up big time today, man. Bases loaded, huge part in this game. Carlos Rodon still out on the mound. Tony La Russa sticks with him in the third inning, bases loaded. What's he going to do? Is he going to go to the bullpen? Carlos Correa, one of the most clutch players in the league, is up. He didn't go to the bullpen. He stuck with Rodon. Correa gets the hit, breaks the game open, and they never looked back. I do like the decision from Tony La Russa there. This is your guy. He's a Cy Young candidate. He's been your guy all year long. Stick with him. Give him the chance. He's got his A stuff, but that's baseball. You stick with your guy, and one of the most clutch hitters in the game breaks it open, and they don't look back from there. And now we're here. Now we're here celebrating on the field, the Houston Astros, 2021 division champs against the White Sox. We're watching them now all head down into the locker room where things are about to get fun. We watched it right here last night. The Red Sox were singing. They're spraying champagne in their eyes. Kyle Tucker, by the way, friend of the show, was on earlier this year with an incredible series, by the way. Let's talk about Kyle Tucker, who's batting in the 7 hole for this team. You look at the guys, like I mentioned earlier, those 4, Correa, Bregman, Altuve, and Yuli Gurriel. 4 teammates in history that have played more postseason games together than anybody, ever. Those guys are the ones you think about when you think of this team. But then you look at their 6 and 7 hole guys. You have Kyle Tucker hitting in the 7 hole, who's going to get votes for the MVP award this year. He's batting 7th. And he's going to get votes for an MVP award. This lineup is so deep, and people continue to just discredit that. You know, myself included, when you look at the playoffs, yeah, pitching wins, but when you have an MVP candidate in the 7 hole, it makes it a little tougher. This team is so deep, and if they can get pitching like they did, I said this before the series starts, this was one of my keys to the postseason. What can you get from the Astros out of the 2, 3, and 4 pitchers? If they can throw well, this is a World Series team. And they threw well this postseason. We didn't even get to see Urquidy because of the rainout. Lance McCullers goes again today. But Framber in Game 2 throws great. Luis Garcia, who's a Rookie of the Year candidate, throws well. Man, if this team can get pitching like that, and then the bullpen really stepped up. Look at it today. Lance is pulled early in the game. McCullers comes out early, who's one of the best pitchers in baseball. So you have a lead, and you pull McCullers in the 4th inning. Right there, I was like, oh boy, I don't know if this is the move, or is this the right thing to do? Turn it over to the bullpen. That's largely, that's kind of a question mark for this team. You turn it over to them for 6 innings of baseball, and they shut them down. They shut them down. This team matches up really well against the Boston Red Sox. These two teams are built fairly similar. The Red Sox ride on their offense, but they're not as deep as the Astros. And if I'm the Red Sox, I'm worried about this Astros offense against pitching that, look, it's not their strong suit. Pitching isn't what's winning the Red Sox games this year. But give it up to them, obviously, for what they got out of Nick Pivetta and Tanner Houck in the playoffs. That's the reason that they beat the Rays. Those two guys locking it down in the bullpen and getting them into position to go home to Fenway and win those games. But now they take on this Astros team. Now they take on this Astros team that's about to start their celebration down in the locker room. We'll get to that in a minute. But now you take on this team that has a deeper lineup than you and that can pitch better. But what the Red Sox do have, man, is that postseason magic. When you go into Fenway Park in the postseason, it's hard to come out of there victorious. We just saw that with the #1 seed in all of baseball. They go into Fenway, and their season ends at Fenway. They don't even get to go back home. There's some postseason magic going on now, and some postseason magic happening there in Fenway. But this team right here, this Astros team that we just saw win the division series against the White Sox, they have postseason magic. They're a special team. I don't want to be facing them. If there's one team left in the playoffs that I think everybody's scared of, I think it's the Houston Astros. I really do. Carlos Correa, the most clutch player in the playoffs. Jose Altuve, he's back. getting 3 knocks, hitting a bomb, an absolute bomb, by the way, to make it 10-1. I really feel like that game that happened the other day, Game 3, the White Sox came out and they dominated, and I said, man, if they can have this same atmosphere in Game 4, man, Game 5 becomes a toss-up. You look at this, we're about to go into the locker room for this celebration. They're getting ready, they're getting the champagne already. This is exclusive content, guys. These cameras nobody else has. This is gonna be awesome. I love these. I live for these. You got all the guys recording stuff on their phone, putting on their goggles. I said this last night with the Red Sox. These goggles don't do you any good. The second you get champagne in your eyes, it's done. It's game over. It's awful. But there is not a better feeling than that champagne in your eyes. There's not a better feeling than celebrating in the locker room. What these guys are about to do, what these Astros players are about to go through, you just won the ALDS. You still have 2 series to win. But there's not a better feeling than these celebrations. You play with your teammates for 162 games in a year. They truly become family. In the minor leagues, we played 142 games together. 142 games in 150 days I did one year. These guys become closer to you than family. You're about to go through this celebration together with your family. That's what makes this so special. You're with these guys every single day of the year. And now you just accomplished something that only a couple other teams from around the league, only 4 other teams from around the league are doing this year. And they've done it now 5 years in a row. So this is going to be special. And you're going to see the emotion. You're going to see the passion. You're going to see the excitement. You're going to see Dusty Baker come on and give a speech and get emotional. Because these moments are emotional. It's emotional for Dusty Baker, who time and time again over the course of his career has managed against Tony La Russa. To win this series against Tony La Russa is something special for him. To win this series on the back end of his career, who knows how many more years Dusty Baker has to celebrate these. But he's about to celebrate another one right now. So he's going to give a speech here in a second. I guarantee you it's going to be emotional for him. It's going to be emotional for this team that has become sort of the villain of baseball, if you will. The villain that baseball needs. This is incredible for baseball. I've been to quite a few Astros games this year, and it's an atmosphere in the middle of the season, by the way. It can be a June matchup, and it is wild being in that stadium. They've become the villains of baseball, and they have embraced that role. These players have embraced the role of the villain, and you don't want to play them. You really don't. So this is going to be cool for Dusty Baker. This is going to be cool for the team, the Astros. This is going to be cool for us to watch. Somebody just yelled, "Here we go. It's almost go time." They're uncorking the champagne. This is awesome. Here comes Dusty. The phones are ready. Dusty Baker's got the goggles on. It's about to happen. Now let's let Dusty Baker take it from here. We're going to toss it down to him in the broadcast. Enjoy this, everyone. This is incredible. I can't not smile watching moments like these, because it's moments like this that you'll remember for a lifetime. We got to see it right here. We just saw Dusty Baker walking over to his players, clearly emotional, with emotion all over his face, with champagne dripping down him. Those are the moments he'll remember forever, players remember forever. I got to be a part of a few of these. As a player myself and as a family member, I got to be a part of a few of these. And they're some of the coolest experiences. I'll remember it until the day I die, just because you're experiencing it together. The champagne in your eyes, the family. It's all super special. Getting to see this, watching the Red Sox last night, I was smiling the entire time. Now watching the Astros, it's those moments where you get to be a grown adult, a grown man acting like a kid again. And you see it over and over again. These guys are acting like kids because it's truly the feeling that it makes you have. This is awesome. It's really cool to see this. Exclusively right here you get to watch. Now they head on. Now the Houston Astros advance to take on the Boston Red Sox in an incredible, by the way, matchup. What an incredible matchup we're gonna get. Houston Astros, Boston Red Sox, two incredible offenses, two great offenses. That's what the ALCS is gonna be, by the way, offense. And two great atmospheres to watch baseball games. Houston and Boston. Minute Maid Park, Fenway Park. This is awesome. The moment for me that was the best was when Dusty Baker, the guys just surrounded him and just dumped champagne on their heads, and he started going, stop, stop, stop. What a series. Congratulations to the Houston Astros again as we watch their celebration. I'm excited for this next series. I really am. Astros, Red Sox. These two teams match up really well against each other, I think. You have the Houston Astros, who Lance McCullers at the top of the rotation is a certified stud. Nathan Eovaldi on the Red Sox side of things is an absolute postseason monster. I don't know if Lance will be ready to go in Game 1. I doubt it, but he only threw 4 innings today. That's an underrated thing that hadn't been talked about. When he gets pulled early, but he only threw 4 innings. Can he go again now in a few days in Game 1 at home? Maybe. I think he can for sure go in Game 2. Because now you have a few off days. A few off days for the pitching to reset. But make no mistake, this next series isn't going to be about the pitching. This is going to be about the offense. Those guys we mentioned on this team that we just saw celebrating, Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve, Yordan Alvarez, Alex Bregman, Kyle Tucker. The offensive names go on. And then you look at the other side of things. Rafael Devers, JD Martinez, Xander Bogaerts, Kike Hernandez, the hero of the ALDS. This next series is going to be about the offense. And I'm excited to watch that go down. Man, these are so cool. One of the first ones of my life that I got to be a part of in a locker room was in 2006. The Tigers beat the Oakland A's to go to the World Series. I'm in the locker room, and by the way, I got to meet Pudge, who just came on the show Flippin' Bats. If you haven't seen it, you got to check out that interview. I got to meet Pudge. I got to be in the Tigers locker room during the 2006 celebration. It was my first time experiencing popping champagne. Obviously, I was underage, so they brought me out some sparkling grape juice, but still, got to pop it. But it's the moments you live for. You know, I'll remember that one forever because my brother was in the middle of this, calls me over. I'm in the middle of this 2006 Tigers team and got champagne sprayed all over me. I popped mine, sprayed it back on my brother. I mean, it's so cool. It really is. You'll remember it forever. These moments that we're getting to watch right now, right here. Nobody else has this. Nobody else is seeing this. Inside the Astros locker room after they clinch an ALCS berth for the 5th time in 5 years. You know what makes this one special, though? Not only the rookies on this team, but guys that were on the team last year. They didn't get to experience this. COVID didn't allow for this to happen. We didn't get to see these awesome locker room celebrations last year because of COVID. So this is quite the build-up for a lot of these players. These guys are family. To do this with family is really, really awesome. So now we're a few days away. The ALCS matchup that we all dreamed of. You couldn't have drawn up a better ALCS matchup. The Houston Astros, the number 2 seed, against the Boston Red Sox, the wild card team that wasn't even supposed to be here. They weren't supposed to be here. Last game of the year, we didn't even know if they were getting in. They were losing to the Washington Nationals. It looked like they might even miss the playoffs. They get in, they play the Yankees, where they're an underdog. They beat the Yankees. They play the Rays, where they're a monumental underdog, the number 1 seed in the American League. They beat them. They go home. Kike Hernandez, the hero. They win and advance to the ALCS. Now the Astros, who were supposed to be here, who were supposed to be in the playoffs, who we all knew were going to win the AL West, they have to play a really good White Sox team. Congratulations to the Astros for beating this team. The White Sox are a great, great baseball team. The Astros dominated this series. Hats off to them. Now they advance to the ALCS to take on those same Red Sox. Now we're going to get a great series. Houston Astros, Boston Red Sox, Game 1 happening in Houston in a couple of nights. Look, I talked about it on last night's show. I think the Astros match up really well against the Red Sox. I think hitting their lineup is a little bit deeper. I think the Astros would have matched up poorly against the Rays. The Rays match up well against everybody. It's hard to beat them. And this team, the Red Sox, just beat them. So now they take on the Astros. I don't think they match up super well against them. The Red Sox don't have the best pitching in the world, neither do the Astros. So you look at the lineup, the Astros lineup is a little deeper. They have home field advantage. Playoff baseball in Minute Maid Park, I've been to a lot of playoff baseball games in my life. Minute Maid Park ranks in the top 3 best playoff atmospheres that I have ever seen. Also in that top 3, Fenway Park. They get 3 games in Fenway. The Astros get 4 games at Minute Maid. I like the Astros in this series. From the jump, I think they take care of business in Houston. The big difference for me between the Astros and the Rays is what I talked about earlier. The Astros have embraced this villain role. They want to go on the road and have everybody chanting against them, have everybody chanting, cheaters, have everybody banging on the seats. They want that. They thrive on that. I've seen it time and time again. This team lives for October. This team lives for being on the road in October. How many times over the last 5 years that this team has gotten to the ALCS have we seen them go into enemy territory and dominate? They've dominated in Yankee Stadium. They've dominated in Fenway. In 18, the Red Sox won that. But other than that, the Astros have played well in Fenway. Then you look at the series in 2019 where they lose the World Series at home. They won every single game on the road. These guys are road warriors. I think they're a team that's capable of taking that Fenway Park, passion, special, whatever the magic is that's going on at Fenway. I think this team can take that away. Look at this sick graphic we have. Our incredibly talented MLB on Fox squad, by the way. I can't say enough good things about them. The design crew, the social media crew, look at this. This just was solidified. Look at this graphic. The ALCS is set. You got Kike Hernandez, Rafi Devers, Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve. Until this ALDS that we just saw the Red Sox win, who would have thought you'd see Kike Hernandez in this graphic, by the way? He adds a whole nother dimension to this team. If you can, you see Devers, JD Martinez, Xander Bogaerts, those are their guys. If you can have Kike Hernandez be a guy that he was in the ALDS, this roster becomes deeper, as the Astros are, which is why I have them, which is why I picked them, because of how deep they are. So does the Red Sox. The Red Sox become even deeper. What a series this is about to be. What a series that's about to go down between the Astros and the Red Sox. I can't wait for it. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed this live special exclusive episode of seeing the celebration in the locker room. But now we get Astros. Now we get Red Sox. Speaking of the Red Sox, this one's cool for me. Coming out tomorrow, by the way, an interview between myself, Alex Rodriguez, and David Big Papi Ortiz. A special episode drops tomorrow. You will not want to miss that one. I talk all about the Red Sox to Big Papi. I talk all about the Yankees, and we talk all about the playoffs with two icons of the game. Two legends. Who's better? Not many people. An incredible conversation, and it comes out tomorrow. David Big Papi Ortiz, Alex Rodriguez, and myself, only on Flippin' Bats. So if you don't, make sure you guys subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever it may be. Subscribe, rate it 5 stars. Follow along to Flippin' Bats Pod on all social medias. We have a Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Every episode comes out via video on YouTube, so you can watch the episode as well. But tomorrow, you won't want to miss it. Exclusive to Flippin' Bats. Me, Big Papi, David Ortiz, Alex Rodriguez. It happens right here. What a fun day. Congratulations to the Houston Astros for advancing over the Chicago White Sox. What a great episode. Thank you all for joining, and I will see you next time on Flippin' Bats.